Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video guys, number one, my voice is starting to sound or feel a little bit better, so that's good news. Sorry you guys have been having to put up with me lately like this, but hopefully it's almost run its course. But today we're going to be looking at, it's going to be a little bit of a meta watch style video for over in the East. Now I do plan on doing some for the West as well, but today's video we're going to be focusing on the East. We've got another yellow-green Yamato deck topping a major tournament, 1,500 player tournament. First place, not just topping. You know, topping could mean like anything in the top 16 or top 32, depending on how big the tournament is. But we're talking about first place, 12-1 record with only one loss to Perona. It says loss to Perona. That was the one loss that it had, I believe, if this is all correct. So very interesting, something to take into consideration in the future. Maybe people will start you know, playing Perona to try to counter what's in the meta. You know, that would be very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through this deck list real quick and talk about what's going on. So Yamato is the leader, of course. You know, this is the 5k, 4 life, double attack, yellow-green leader. And then if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, you're going to be able to get 2 Rested Dawn attached to a character. Honestly, that's probably the effect that puts the leader over the top. If it was just a 5,000 power 4 life leader with double attack, I don't think it would be as bad. And especially if they had not printed this card right here that can also give it banish. I think then it actually would have been a pretty balanced leader. But y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Anyway, so 2 7-cost Enel, 4 Ohm, 4 Gidatsu, 4 Satori, 4 Shura, 4 Holy, 4 Onami, 2 Okiku, this is the 4-cost 6k, 4 Hiyori, 3 Momonosuke, 4 Izo, 4 Hody Jones, 4 200 million volts Amaru, and 3 of the 0-cost 3k counter by trashing a card event. It's called You're the One Who Should Disappear. Okay. So, first of all, this looks very much like an Enel list, doesn't it? You're running the Ohms, you're running the Gidatsus, you're running Enel, you're running Satori, you're running the entire Sky Island package, really. Along with a few other, you know, additional things. You're like in Onami, Okiku, Momonosuke, and Izo. And something to consider, guys, excuse me, is with Momonosuke and the way this package is made. Let me say this, before I even go into this, I think what you're seeing here is getting very close to a perfected list. Because Momonosuke can place up to one of your Wano-type characters on top of your life, face up. Well, on the top or bottom of your life. Excuse me, guys, I'm sorry. And look at all these targets. 4 Izos, 4 Hiyori, and 2 Okiku. So you have 10 targets very easily with Momonosuke. And these are all cards you're going to want to play anyway. Like, Okiku is just a nice 4-cost 6k beater. She doesn't have a counter, so you don't want it in your hand. So, let's just swing with her, and then we'll put it on top of our life and get an extra life. And then she'll come right back into play for a trigger effect later. Same idea with Hiyori. Hiyori, she's going to allow you to, you know, manipulate your life. You may put the top or bottom card of your life pile into your hand, put up to 1 card from your hand on the top of your life stack. And then later, like now you just have a dead 2-cost 0 power character on the board, right? Well, no, she's Wano. So Momonosuke can just put her on the top or bottom of your life, and now you'll also get that 2k counter back later and an extra life. And he's a blocker, by the way. And he's a 5-cost 6k, by the way. You know, like, he's a pretty big character. And then the same thing with Izo. This is Wano as well. 3 cost, 3,000 power, 2k counter. Rests one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 4 or less. So, even though I'm mentioning a lot of defensive aspects of this deck, it is very much an aggressive list, guys. This list is very aggressive. Tapping down 4 costs with Amaru, giving him plus 3,000. Hody Jones, same thing, tapping down 2 different characters or Dawn. Gidatsu's nice just to play on tempo, right, to knock out some of their little characters. And then Ohm is generating tons and tons of momentum. Tons and tons of tempo. This list I have seen in action over in Eastern tournaments, which I'll be going over some of those Eastern tournaments later on the channel, of course. This list is brutal, guys. I mean, it is a heavy, like, it is a heavy hitter. It is a heavy hitter. And it, of course, it all stems around the leader and the leader's effect. Double attack. you are generating so much threat with this leader that if you're going against any leader that only has 4 life, 2 hits from this leader just destroys them, right? It just takes them out of the game, right? Whereas like say you have a normal leader and you're going against a 4 life leader. Well, theoretically, I can take 4 hits from that leader before I really have to clamp down. Well, with this leader, you can only take 2. It's double attacking. It's double the damage. It's double the threat, you know? So very, very powerful. Now, the list that came out before this, that got first place last week, is this one here on the screen. And notice it hadn't quite been figured out yet, in my opinion. Like, this list was still good. This list was still very good, and I was a huge fan of the Arlong. But I was not a fan of the Zoro. It just didn't make sense to me in the list. Who knows? Maybe it has a place somewhere. But the Hody Jones is just common sense. So good. And the same thing, like I said, Okiko is really good too. And then, like I said, Arlong is extremely powerful. Onami, no-brainer, just incredible. Satori, good way to generate additional pressure while being a 2K counter. And this list was running Crackers, Shirahoshis, Cammy to search out the Fishman type. The Fishman and Merfolks, I guess, which of course Shirahoshi is as well. And you got these offensive 2K counters, and then of course you have Jinbei. This the new promo 4 cost 5K 2K counter Jinbei. But I will say this, excuse me, I think this list is better. I think it's just slightly better, and because you're running Shura in the list to do searching. You've got 2 Enel, 4 Gadatsu, that's 10 cards right there. And then 4 Satori, 4 Holy, that's 8 more, so 18. 200 million volts Amaru, you're at 22. And then this You Should Disappear or whatever, you're at 25 searchable targets. Because he cannot target himself. Right? So you have this really powerful search engine, just like we saw in the Fishman version. But look at what you're able to snag with your searcher for Sky Island. Really strong offensive options, really strong defensive options, and then just lots and lots of gas, right? Gas with characters like this and this. Yeah, you guys see it. You guys see what's going on here. I don't know which version is technically better currently. We're obviously still trying to figure out. Everyone's still trying to figure that part out. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Which version of the deck do you think is better? I'm gonna tell you this though. I am gonna give you a little sneak peek into what we just saw. Whoops. Let me get back to this one. I'm just gonna say this spoiler warning. If you don't want to if you don't want to know what happened in the most recent massive tournament, other than this, like I already said, this character won, right? This is the first place leader. I mean, right? Well. This list won in 4 turns. Like, as in, they went second, and they won on their turn 4. So their opponent only got to 7 Dawn, and it was an Enel, by the way. It was an Enel, and this list won. This deck won. So that's why I don't really see a point in running the Zoros. Now I will say this: yes, the person did brick pretty hard in their hand. The person they played against. The Enel had a lot of cards in hand, like no counters in hand at the end. So it is what it is. But the point is, you know, you look at this deck list, and I think, here's all I'm trying to say. I don't really get the Zoro. Like, yes, I get how strong this card is, but it's not really doing what you're trying to do in Yamato, right? Like, you're trying to just run them over as fast as possible. You know, and the idea is this. If you have 9 Dawn available, and you're able to play this card and still live, well, then it's a win more card, right? Like, there's just no way, because it doesn't do anything on play, right? It means you're so far ahead in the game that you can literally play a 9-cost character and not have to worry at all. Like, you're giving up a turn, and you're still fine. That's my perspective on it. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. But yeah, this is a very strong card, guys. Zoro is a strong card, But this list is meant to be way more aggressive in my opinion. Like, I think this will find a place in a blue-green deck. I think this might find a place in a black-green deck. A purple-green. Who knows? Something more defensive. But in a green-yellow deck, I just think there are better options. That's all I'm trying to say. Alright, guys. That's about it. Let me get back to the other list. Which list did y'all like better? Which list do you think is better? What do you think about the fact that Perota was the one deck that beat this 12-1 list? Is there something there? I know a lot of people are hyped about Perona and they want it to be good. Well, if Perona it has a favorable matchup in Yamato, well, maybe we're gonna start seeing her. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that in the comment section below. I'm not saying we will or won't. I have no idea. We're just making a few predictions. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. And that's about it. All right, till next time, guys. Peace.